Turkey's presidential and parliamentary votes will decide more than a change of government and leadership. Key issues in May's elections include fixing the country's economy, Turkey's foreign policies, as well as the state of freedoms and rights in the country. Turkey's opposition alliance pledged significant constitutional changes, including changing the country's hyper-presidential system to a parliamentary one if they come to power. Sending millions of refugees back to Syria is also a major theme. Opposition leader Kemal Kılıçdaroğlu has promised to re-establish ties with Bashar al-Assad if he wins the elections. The incumbent President Recep Tayyip Erdogan is seeking re-election, and he is expected to face stiff competition from opposition candidate Kemal Kılıçdaroğlu, the leader of the Republican People's Party. The third candidate is Sinan Oğan, a nationalist politician who was a former member of the Nationalist Movement Party. Days before Sunday's elections, Muharrem İnce, the fourth presidential contender and the leader of the right-wing Nationalist Homeland Party, withdrew from the presidential race. The move is expected to boost the chances of the main opposition candidate in a race that polls suggest will be close. Turkey holds election every 5 years. To win the presidency, a candidate must secure at least 50% of the votes. If no candidate gets a majority, a runoff will be held on 28 May between the two top runners. Presidential candidates can be nominated by parties that gained more than 5% of votes in the last parliamentary election, or they need to collect at least 100,000 signatures supporting their nomination. Turkey uses proportional representation to allocate seats in the parliament, based on the D'Hondt method, where the number of the seats a party gets is directly proportional to the votes it wins. The election comes as Turkey grapples with the sky-high inflation, an economic crisis, and the aftermath of February's deadly earthquakes that killed nearly 15,000 people. At least 1 million voters in quake-stricken zones are expected not to vote this year amid displacement, according to election authorities. Months ahead of the elections, the alliance of 6 opposition parties backing Kılıçdaroğlu proposes a bulk of constitutional amendments that they promised to bring to parliament if they win the elections. The proposals envisage changes in articles that deals with the legislative, executive, and the judiciary powers, as well as rights and freedoms. Among the proposed constitutional amendments is a plan to restore the parliamentary system and overhaul the existing executive presidential system. Polls show that it will be a tight race between the opposition Kılıçdaroğlu and President Erdogan, with a possible 28 May runoff. The landmark elections will decide not only who leads Turkey, but also how it is governed, where the economy is headed, and the shape of its foreign policy.